Welcome to the Delilah Show. Look, I am so excited to have you with us. Now we're on YouTube weekly at 8 p.m. on Thursdays. How wonderful, and I just love seeing you. So please subscribe to our channel and get your friends too. Anyway, let's get on with the show. G'day viewers, look, I've got the most important person here tonight because it is Jane from Advanced Aesthetics, and I've actually gone to that and actually had a few little things on my face, and I know how beautiful I look now. Thank you, Jane.
You're welcome, Delilah. You're welcome.
Now tell us more about all these things we can do there.
Well, actually, I opened the clinic because I am actually a workplace health and safety manager, have been for quite some time.
Yes.
And the main things I found in the workforce, well, there was a couple. And one is, because the guys and girls are out in the sun so much during the day, they're quite susceptible to skin cancers, which, as you know, is a very major problem. The other one is actually depression and how people feel about themselves. So I opened the clinic because I felt I could do more on the ground level and affordable as well, because I've been a recipient of some of these treatments for some time too, and it almost gets out of reach for people, some of these costs, and I thought, no, that's not fair. So I opened the clinic purely to help people with maintaining their skin health, which ultimately will hopefully prevent some of those nasty skin cancers. And also, if you look in the mirror and happy with yourself, you're going to feel better, aren't you?
Well,
and be confident and go out and get a job or whatever you need to do.
Well, since I've been coming to the clinic, I must admit I don't feel so depressed. I feel good about myself, and I feel like every time I go, I come out with a smile on my face, because I just feel that, you know, the before and after Delilah, and it just is a beautiful thing.
I'm so glad you are happy with our services. We have a fantastic cosmetic physician, Rachel Gronke, Dr. Rachel Gronke, and she's been in the industry for 20 years.
Right.
And actually had one lady come in one day for her skin health and walked out and said, could she be my GP completely? I said, absolutely. She has that last calming effect. And also, we don't try and push any treatments. It's all really what you need. And as I say, I'll talk about affordable again. So lots of baseline, what I call baseline treatments. So we have called Advanced for a reason. So I researched what to invest for my clients in Adelaide. And one is called a hydrofacial, as you know. It's beautiful antioxidants and cleanse the skin, and makes a lot of difference, doesn't it, to your skin and how it feels, and it lasts quite some time.
I really enjoy the treatments, and I'd love you to come back and tell me more, because I really love the sessions that we've had, and
I do too.
And you know, it just made me look so much more beautiful than I already am. So thank you so much.
I know it's very hard to make it even better, but you know, there's always room for improvement.
I know. Well, that's it. But thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Anyway, look, Jane's going to come back. Okay.
Thank you. Mwah, mwah.
Hi, Jessie. Look, it's great to have you back. Mwah. Mwah. Anyway, look, tell me everything about your art, and when did it start?
When did it start? Well, I don't think there was a time when I didn't make art.
Really?
Yeah, I've been making it since I was a little kid. So my parents said I was always completely focused on my work, and it was sort of apparent I was always going to do something in the arts when I was little. But I think it was probably maybe when I was about 10 when I sold my first painting that I probably decided I wanted to be an artist.
And what was the art that you sold? What was it?
They were landscapes. I used to do watercolour landscapes. Yeah, when I was little.
Great. And this is some of your art behind us, isn't it?
Yes. So this work was part of, I actually had a solo show just while this show was starting. I had a solo show called Try Unity, which was exploring how we've got pyramidal shapes within the macro and the micro elements of nature. And pyramids are a form which have been inspired throughout history, through many cultures. You'll find it within the textiles of different cultures, you'll find it within the geometry of their beading, to the point where they've also built massive monuments which are pyramidal shape, from the Great Pyramids in Mexico and Egypt. Even many temples and churches all have pyramid-shaped spires and step roofings and pergolas, which are all pyramid-shaped too. So really the pyramid is a shape that has been seen as sacred and revered by humanity from throughout history.
Yeah.
Even when you go into ancient cultures, they often would build like mounds, and then in probably even more indigenous and ancient cultures, it would be the mountain, whether it be Mount Kailash or Kilimanjaro or Mount Fuji. You always had the sacred mountains, which are a form of pyramid, natural pyramid.
Yes.
In nature, still have that kind of sense of energy. For many of the indigenous cultures, the pyramid or the top of the mountain was the point closest to God, the one that points where you could have that mystical, transcendental experience.
So what's made you get into that? I mean, why haven't you just painted like, flowers or something? Why you've gone this way with your art?
Well, I got bored probably painting flowers and portraits when I was a teenager. I did do a lot of that when I was learning art.
Okay.
But it didn't have the conceptual element that I was looking for in my work. I was always trying to express a different world or a different place or a different concept in my work to sort of elevate and take people into a higher concept of reality or nature as well, even when I was quite young. Because where I grew up in the Pacific Islands, art always had like a greater purpose.
Yeah.
It was never just art for art's sake.
Yeah.
Art always had a ceremonial kind of element to it, or was part of a way of revering the sacred or particular practices, whether it be in their religion or their culture. So art always for me always had like a function or a message in it as well. It was never just art. I mean, I appreciate art for art's sake in terms of that, having beautiful flowers. But even for those artists, that work very rarely has that.
Yeah. And what about when
level.
you said you were growing up here on the island? Which islands?
Vanuatu, Fiji,
Vanuatu, right?
Yeah,
okay, I'm heading there soon. So.
In Vanuatu?
Yes.
It's a beautiful place.
Yes, I've been there before.
One of the happiest countries in the world. They are really lovely people.
Yeah, I love it. So really, Delilah's really excited about going to Vanuatu.
Yay!
So how many years were you at Vanuatu?
I was there for 3 years. It was 3 years in each country.
Okay.
Yeah. So
great.
spent most of my childhood in the Pacific.
Oh, right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it's like would you say the art would be like another dimension, another area, another zone?
I think art can, as you said, art could be made for art's sake. Art can be made just to express your own personal journey that you're going through. It can be a form of catharsis for people. These days, a lot of art is a catharsis for artists as well. And that's, everything has its place in different practices. But for me, I feel that art should have that ability to help transport people into another level of consciousness, to take you beyond the self. Like, I guess transpersonal art. Transpersonal, transcendental would be good words to try and describe what I try to do with my work. Like what they did in all the ancient religious art and sacred art around the world. Their work was not about the individual, it was about teleporting the viewer who may not have the experience or the knowledge of the artist or the priest or the rabbi to help them have that experience. Because often art was also for people who often never were illiterate. Or people not everyone has the inner language that we have in the art world to describe and critique art. But it still should be accessible for the people who are viewing it to potentially experience or learn something new without even necessarily even knowing anything about the work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, would you like to come back and tell us some more?
Yes.
That'd be good.
I would. Thank you.
Okay. Henry, you're back.
Yes.
Look, I just loved it, but how you took me out to that romantic place last night.
And how about the trip we took with Gigi on her yacht? Oh my goodness, she spoiled us rotten champagne and caviar.
Yes, I know.
And caviar fish eggs, aren't they?
Yes, that's it. Yeah. But anyway, look, I really, really enjoyed it. The romantic things that you do for me.
Well, when we were on that yacht, it was like a second honeymoon.
It was. Yeah, I know.
We sort of have to get rid of Gigi, though, didn't we? She hung around. Oh,
yes,
Gigi
I know. Yeah, I had to get rid of Gigi.
Yeah.
But look, the main thing is that we had that romantic look over to the back of the boat and looking over the moon, and you looked into my eyes and said, My
darling, the most beautiful woman in the whole world. And then what did we do? We did the scene from Titanic.
Yeah, I know. And
then he fell overboard.
Yeah, I know.
She grabbed me by the back of my neck.
I know. You're just so romantic. I just love you. When you're not, like going to the toilet and sitting down and, letting things go.
It's a natural thing, Laura.
I know, but
I can't help it.
I don't find that romantic. I just, honestly don't. I just, letting gases out in the toilet is not really my favourite thing.
Don't listen, go in the other room.
I know. But when you take me out to the romantic boat and we, and you know, you hold your gas in. It is really, really, really a beautiful thing.
Thanks.
I just love
That's
that.
so romantic.
I know, it is romantic. I just like it. And when we sort of waltzed around the back of the boat, you know, remember that?
Yeah, like I said, nearly slipped overboard,
Yeah,
didn't we?
that's right. I know.
Shoo.
I know.
Lucky there was a rail there, I would have gone ploppo. And we're being flipper.
Henry, you're just the love of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just, you know, I just love every moment. You know, I like the time though when we went, you know, on the boat, you know, in the little rowboat, and you took me out and rowed me in the middle of the little bit of a river there, and
then we lost the oars and we had to call for help.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That was romantic though. That was really romantic when we lost the
3
oars.
hours on a boat.
Yes, and it was lovely.
What do you do on a boat for 3 hours?
Yes, well, it was lovely. It was nice, and we really enjoyed it. But thank you so much. Anyway, see you then.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Henry. Right, girls.
Good evening.
Hi. Look, it's great to have you on the Delilah Show.
Thank you for having us.
And tell me about what you do. I mean, this venue 63, what a fantastic
It's a
venue.
brilliant venue.
I mean, what we don't do here is
It's more the
question.
point. There's not much that this place doesn't cater for. It's a nightclub, restaurant, cafe, theatre.
Yeah?
So basically we can get onto anything we want to get out of our skin.
Great. And what do you enjoy the most? I mean, you know, like as I said,
Well,
there's so many songs that you sing, I see.
Something we need to get out of our system.
Yes.
And there aren't too many avenues that we have to do that.
Yep.
Either theatre or parts of us don't usually work the way we need it to.
Yeah.
Like your voice, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
this is our theatrical outlet that we can
Yeah.
Oh,
get
no,
things
I
that
can't
we
sing.
need.
Yeah.
I cannot
No,
sing.
no,
Can't
yeah,
sing.
but
I sound like a cat.
Oh,
this sounds like
But
Barry
you,
White doesn't.
you
isn't
look
really sold out.
fantastic on stage. I mean, you know, I just watched some of your performances and I absolutely loved it. So, what's the main song that you like, Caitlin?
There'd be a few, wouldn't there?
There's quite a few. One of the ones I've had to save and wait for years and years was the number I'm doing next is Nobody Does It Like Me by Shirley Bassey, which
Oh, great.
is just a big old camp, something
Yes.
everyone enjoys and
Yeah.
fun to do. And,
Yeah.
and it's the truth, so hey.
Yeah, yeah. So you didn't introduce me to this lovely lady here.
This is Miss Cherry Poppins.
Hi, Sherry.
Yeah, she's a creation of the country. She's a country girl.
Bit of everything. Come from Uganda originally, otherwise known as Ugandese.
I think it's called Natla, is it?
And Nagapala. So Napala, that's exactly right. I worked at Mars Bar for 10 years. And,
Really?
God, and now I'm
Around the
here.
track.
Now we're here.
Great.
So,
Great.
yeah, that was
Well,
fantastic.
you're wonderful hostess. I really enjoy. Well, you
I'm
know.
loud, crude, rude, and revolting.
Well, that's what you're supposed to be, isn't it?
It gets the point across.
Absolutely, no. There's nothing done by half-mast.
Yes.
No.
So, what made you get into, you know, like performing? You know,
Oh, well, I
you
look
know?
good in mum's frocks, what can I say?
One thing I never tried.
What, mum's frocks?
Mum's frocks.
You didn't? Why?
I never. I tried her shoes on once to see how big her feet was, but I
No,
never.
see, I thought lipstick was rouge and those stuff. I ended up with a massive skin reaction, which is why I look like I do now.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that you know, you both look great, and sometimes mum's frocks probably weren't beautiful frocks.
My mum's a rockin',
Oh, well.
but if she called me in them, I would.
Well, see, after my windmill accident, I mean, I thought all of everything was beautiful.
Yeah.
Like,
So, it's-
life became just wonderful. I mean, that long fall just made life
so tell me about the windmill.
Yeah, I haven't heard
What
that
happened?
wonderful. Oh, that was when I was about 11 years old.
Really?
And I thought, let's climb something high, and then I fell off.
Oh no.
And landed on my head, which for any of you who know
that's
me,
very good answer to that.
ever know
That
about.
explains everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You're welcome.
In my case,
You're
Well, I-
very welcome.
I'm pretty crazy, and I haven't fell on my head. So.
Oh, that's alright. You just don't remember.
Yeah, I know.
mine
That's
comes from my
easy.
parents, and when people meet my aunties and my mum, and then they realise I could have been worse.
No, you
So-
were dropped. There's a
It was-
difference.
no, she's no up to that.
You were dropped. They kind of just.
Now I can see you're best friends. You wouldn't say anything against each other.
No, I know, we're family.
Well, you know,
Family?
Not to each other's faces
That's
anyway.
it.
That's it. Well, Okay, well, we're looking forward to the rest of your performance tonight, and we'll still.
I just hope you've got some kind of bleeper on there. That'd be excellent.
Yeah, great. Yeah, no, that's fine. Anything can be said. That's fine.
Do you need a bevy?
I think we do.
Okay. Well,
there's too much blood in my alcohol system. I do apologise.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, you better go and get your drinks and get ready, girls. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
We'll see you soon. Thanks for having me.
Look into the window of my mind. Reflections of the fears I know I've left behind. I step out of the ordinary. I can feel my soul descending. I'm on my way. Can't stop me now. That you can do the same. Yeah. What have you done today to make you feel proud? It's never too late to try. What have you done today to make you feel proud? You could be so many people. If you made me real for freedom, what have you done to me?
Right, girls. Hi.
Hello.
Tell me all about your art.
Do you want to start? Yeah.
Oh God. All right. Well, we're part of the group Qualia. 4 emerging artists, but the 4th is not here.
Okay.
So I'm Chloe, Sophie, Annie.
Yes.
And so basically, the whole point of our work was to sort of, I guess, look at landscapes and sort of, I guess, I don't know,
conveying emotional connections to
Yeah.
the landscape, basically.
Great. Okay.
So yeah, I guess from myself, I'm normally work in impressionist and abstract landscape art. So I guess it was sort of a good thing that we chose the topic of landscape because it's something I can really relate to.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. What is there to say?
Well, yeah, so that's the main thing that we've done for this exhibition, though we all have very diverse different works. Like us 3 are painting majors at TAFE.
Okay.
But Emily, she's a photographer as well.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Like I know Sophie and I do a lot of figure work in our paintings generally as well.
Right.
Do you want to talk about
Yeah,
that?
so my work for this exhibition was specifically about the experience of a partner leaving me to go and go abroad, basically, go interstate and work. And so it was about expressing the sort of emotions of anxiety and loneliness that I had with the landscape through presenting the landscape. Yeah.
Great. So, is there any is it mainly more abstract than it is sort of normal landscape, or is it more?
It's probably a bit of a combination of both. Like they definitely aren't traditional landscapes.
No.
They're definitely, I like to call them my floating landscapes. So they are sort of landscape motifs within a sort of, a floating sort of shape,
Yeah, but you've got different directions of that.
Yeah.
So we sort of chose a topic and then decided to go about it in our own ways. I guess.
It's well presented differently. Like for mine specifically, I've taken my idea. I like to go drives every now and then because I find that that's what calms me and like puts me at peace. So for one of my paintings in particular, for a couple of them, I've combined a few different locations of like these are specific places I go that bring me a sense of peace and calmness, and so both different views of like day and night and combined them. together to make one abstract work.
Yeah. So you, how many years have you been doing at TAFE?
So we're in our third year at the moment.
Yeah.
So Sophie and I, and then Emily as well, who's not here, will be graduating. Chloe's gone part-time this year, so she'll be graduating next year.
Yes.
But so it's 3 years in total.
Yeah.
So, and you obviously enjoy it.
It's such a beautiful place to be. We're at because we're in Adelaide College of Arts, which is in Light Square. But it's a beautiful environment because we've got all different types of arts, both performing and visual arts there. Yeah, no, it's really lovely.
Yeah, and all the lecturers are very passionate because they're artists themselves.
Yes. I've been to graduation there. So, probably 2 years ago. Yeah, so I really.
You have to come this year.
Yeah, well, why not? The film.
7th of December, we'll be there.
Well, let me know.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, take care and all the best with your art. And
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hope yourself.
Thank you.
That even better.
Yeah.
Take care, guys.
Don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart. Then you can start to make it better. Hey Jude, don't be afraid. You were made to get her. Remember to let her under your skin. Then you'll begin to make it better. And anytime you feel the pain, hey Jude, refrain. Don't carry the world upon your shoulder. You were made to go out and get her. Remember to let her into your heart. Then you can start to make it better. So lay it out and let it in. Hey Jude, begin. You're waiting for someone to perform with. And don't you know that it's just you? Hey Jude, you do the movement you need is on your shoulder. Na 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 na. Hey Jude, don't let me down. You were made to go out and get her. Remember to let her under your skin. Then you'll begin to make it better, 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 better. Na 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 na. Hey Jude. Na 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 na. Hey Jude. Na na na
wonderful show, and I just love seeing you. But please subscribe, and we'll see you next Thursday at 8 p.m. See you then. Bye.